great conversations, different perspectives, and an all-inclusive approach to moving Nevis forward. Tune in. It's time for us to speak up.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to all who are listening under the sound of my voice, today is Thursday, December 30th, 2021. I am Jaedee Caines, and of course, each and every Thursday, myself and Rohan are here to bring you Speak Up, a social commentary talk show that aims to keep you up to date and informed on what's happening on the local scene primarily, but of course, sometimes we go across to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis more generally, and even more generally, we go in regionally and internationally. I want to begin this evening's show by, of course, welcoming all of you and saying thank you. Thank you so much to those of you who would have tuned in week after week since we launched this show a few weeks back. Speak Up with the aim of just keeping persons up to date and informed, as I mentioned earlier. So we thank you so much. Speak Up is every Thursday night from 6:30 to 7 on the Eastern Caribbean's powerhouse Vaughan Radio. We are also on social media, so you will find the stream via Facebook, Vaughan Radio's Facebook page, as well as the Nevis Reformation Party's Facebook page. We are also on Vaughan Radio's YouTube channel. So you have many different avenues in which you can keep up to date with us, in which you can stay abreast of what's happening and just generally hear what's going on the island of Nevis. It's the festive season, so naturally I want to say happy holidays to everyone who's listening this evening. Happy holidays to you and your families. I hope that you had a very Merry Christmas, and I continue to remind persons that Christmas is not just about the gifts that you receive on Christmas Day or the days leading up to Christmas Day or the days after. You know, Christmas is a time of giving, and so we should be seeking to give a little bit more during the Yuletide season. And so I'm hoping that many of us who had extra were able to share with our neighbors. And if you have not yet done so, you have an opportunity to do so. You know, you really should be offering something to your neighbors, to your friends, your family members, and even to strangers. That is the essence of the holiday season. So, happy holidays to everyone, whether you're in the constituency of Nevis 1 St. Paul or any of the other 4 constituencies on the island of Nevis. You're on St. Kitts, you're in the diaspora, wherever you are. Happy holidays to you and yours. And if you celebrate Kwanzaa, happy Kwanzaa as well. Whatever it is, we are just happy that everyone can be alive today. We know lots of things are going on in this world, and so we have to be grateful each day we rise. I want to now say condolences or offer condolences to all who mourn. Many families are in mourning. I particularly want to mention the Grant family. You know, we lost the patriarch of the Grant family, so I just want to offer my sincere condolences to all of his children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, many of whom I know. I want to single out, of course, one of my closest friends, Mr. Rick Grant, who happens to be the grandson, and so I want to offer condolences to Rick and Ron and his children, including Josette Myers, teacher Josette Myers, Stanley Grant, Wilson, David, everyone. Catherine, Newton, everyone. So please accept my deepest sympathy. I also want to offer condolences to the Ferguson and Martin families, primarily of Jessops. Please accept my deepest sympathy, especially to Mrs. Ferguson, someone who I have the greatest respect for. I admire, I love her dearly. Mrs. Ferguson, to you and your family, please accept my deepest condolences during your difficult time. I can only imagine. Ladies and gentlemen, COVID-19. Now, I'm not going to say COVID-19 is back, because COVID-19 never left us. But it seems that here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis and in other places around the world, the numbers are rising once again. And I'm going to speak just a little bit about that. We were told today during a special emergency press briefing of the COVID-19 task force, or the National COVID-19 Task Force, that the new variant, Omicron, the Omicron variant is now in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. And so for those of you who had not had the opportunity to listen to that broadcast, you now know that, as reported by our Chief Medical Officer, the Omicron variant has now found its way into our shores of St. Kitts and Nevis. This is not to scare us, rather it is to just remind us of the importance of practicing the protocols that have been drilled in us for months, for over a year now. And so we should really have the hang of wearing the masks. I heard someone say today that they hadn't worn masks in months. No, you're supposed to still be wearing your mask. You know, vaccinated or not, you have to wear your masks. And so I'm encouraging persons to practice the physical and social distancing required. I know it's a time when you want to hug and kiss and all of that. You know, you haven't seen people in a while, and so naturally that is what you want to do. But it's okay, you can hail me from a distance. I'll put up my hand and say, all right. Yeah, that can work for me. You know, during this time, we just have to be careful. You know, many of us, we may say, you know, I'm around my friend, but you don't know who else your friend is around. Your friend goes to work, your friend goes home to his or her family. You know, you have to be mindful, and then you're going home to your families. These are things that you have to be mindful. You have to be mindful of. So the Omicron variant is now in St. Kitts and Nevis, and of course, naturally, as I said, I want to encourage persons to practice the protocols that have been put in place. Allow me for a minute to refer to the recent statistics, because it was just last night I was there saying, you know, our cases over the last couple of days would have reached, you know, somewhere around 40, but then bam, last night, you know, shortly after 6 p.m. I would have gotten the update for last night, and we had 41 new cases last night alone. Well, yesterday alone, 41 new cases reported for Wednesday, 29th December, bringing the total number of cases to 2,918 to date, of which we've had 2,784 recoveries reported. We, as at last night, had 106 active cases. Now, that's a lot of active cases in a couple of days. And of course, we've had 491 on Nevis to date and 2,427 on St. Kitts to date. So last night, we were told that we had 41 new cases reported. Now on Tuesday, we had 19 reported. So follow me, because I really want our people to understand the significance, and I just want you to follow me where I'm going with this. So on Tuesday, we were told we had 19 new cases in St. Kitts and Nevis, and the total number then was 2,877. That's Tuesday. On Monday, we're going backwards. Monday the 27th, we had 10 new cases. 10 new cases on Monday. All right. Let's go back to Sunday. On Sunday, we had 5 new cases, and I have them all here, so that's why you see me scrolling. On Sunday, we had 5 new cases, and so we were thinking, the numbers are coming up, but still not too bad. That was on Sunday rather. On Saturday, we were told that we had 7 new cases, and I'm pretty sure persons said the same thing. 7 new cases on Saturday, which was Christmas Day. That's what was reported to us. Last Friday, Christmas Eve, 14 new cases were reported. 14. And I think persons were got really surprised, really shocked last Saturday when we saw that number. But then the days after, we started to feel a little bit better. The Thursday prior, so I'm going back 1 week, we had 7 cases. So last week, Thursday, we had 7 cases. Friday, 14. Saturday, 7. Sunday, 5. Monday, 10. Tuesday, 19. Last night, 41. We haven't yet received the number for today, and I'm really hoping that that number is 0. But just to show you, over the last week, we would have gotten, doing some calculating, 103 cases between last Thursday and today. That's a lot of cases. That is a lot of cases. People of St. Kitts and Nevis, I took the time to go through all of this because I really want you to understand that we have to be careful. We have to understand that this is our responsibility. We have to take matters into our own hands where it comes to our health. And so, yes, protocols are in place, but we have to do our part. And if you aren't for wearing masks, then stay at home. Stay within the confines of your yard space where you're not affecting anyone. Please, I am begging, I am pleading, I am urging everyone to follow the necessary protocols so that we can keep ourselves and our family members safe. 103 new cases in a matter of 1 week. That's a lot of cases. Now, the state of emergency was put in place a few months back, as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic and how it was spreading in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. And we were told today by the Attorney General, the Honorable Vincent Byron Jr., that the state of emergency ends tomorrow. Well, we knew that. Ends tomorrow. He did not speak to extending the state of emergency. However, he did indicate that even though the state of emergency will come to an end on the 31st, so at the end of the 31st, it will come to an end, protocols will still be in place going into January 1st and beyond. So please don't think that once the state of emergency ends, it's a free-for-all. That is certainly not the case. Rohan, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think we all knew at some point in time the Omicron variant would arrive. Borders are open to those who are vaccinated, and we are also aware that even though you're vaccinated, you still have the potential to spread the virus. Fourth wave. As we continue to battle against COVID-19 and its variants, as the same was saying that, congratulations to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. We have been doing well enough in terms of handling the COVID-19. We specifically here at Speak Up Continue our Mask Up Infections Down campaign, we've been saying it since we got on air. The importance of wearing your mask, social distancing and sanitizing, and that has been the push in many quarters as well. And I just want to echo the sentiments you shared with those of us who are listening. The state of emergency ends tomorrow at 12:01, and I don't think anybody needed to tell us that we are to ensure that we are following the protocol. I think by now the protocol should be a norm, should be a part of our existence until we can say we are fully clear of the COVID-19 pandemic.
I agree, Rohan. And guys, we really took the time to go through all of this because we saw the need to really impress upon our people to be careful. We know that this is a time when people are going to go out and line. Rohan is going to go out and line tomorrow night, and come in the wee hours of the morning, and with his wife, so he's allowed. Don't ask me where I'll be and who I'm going with, Rohan. That's not your business. So I'm free. Myself and Melissa over there, we're free to do whatever it is we want to do. But yes, we want persons to be very, very careful tomorrow. Be very careful. Just don't take anything for granted. And Rohan, I am curious to know what the new regulations will be, considering where we're at now. I, for one, am not going to say take us back to where we were, because we have to learn, as we keep saying, to live with the virus. But it would just be interesting, when I told my daughter that, the virus is here and, the numbers are rising once again, I jokingly said, it doesn't look like you're going to have any sports. And she was highly annoyed, because the children are feeling like every time it's their time, something happens,
comes,
so, it would be interesting to see what happens going forward. But The virus doesn't move. We move the virus.
Yeah. I think we said that before. We give it legs. You know, one of the interesting things I came across today, I read an op-ed by Dr. Patrick Martin, who would have indicated in his piece that he expects this variant, the Omicron, to peak mid to late January and then begin to abate by February.
Okay.
And so that is, if that is what is going to happen, then that is good news. One of the things I've also found is that it spreads like wildfire.
Yes.
But it is not. We are still not getting an indication that it is as deadly or deadlier than any of the other variants. And people are recovering within 3 to 5 days, and those who are vaccinated are getting over the effects of it very quickly. Say that to say this, you don't know what your body is going to do.
Yes.
If it comes across the Omicron, and so you have got to do your best to ensure that you are protecting yourselves. One of the things I find is that we get complacent when we are familiar.
Yes.
And I am hoping that the familiar causes us to be 10 times more cautious, especially as we go into the Old Year New Year celebration. Of course, it will be something for people to celebrate and look forward to a new year and a new hope. So, mask up, infections down.
And remember, I like that. And remember that the common cold is around. This is the season for the common cold, and the symptoms for the common cold and COVID-19 are quite similar. So it's not everyone you meet has COVID-19. Some may have the common cold, but bear in mind that you still, well, I would hope that you still don't want to catch the common cold. I mean, I'm not sure what the name is of this one. So far I've heard people say maybe the bubble. Some I've heard say maybe it's volume. Whatever it is, you know, I know a few persons who are suffering, who are really down and out right now because of the cold. And my heart goes out to all of you, and I hope that you recover fully and you recover soon. But again, that's just us, you know, really impressing upon our people to be careful, and especially our children, because I remember last year, oh my goodness, so many children had to be out of school. You know, classes did not have a full class for weeks. It was really something. So guys,
I mean, in some cases it was just a common cold, but I understood the precaution. You know, Jaedee, one of the things, I mean, when you say the common cold is around, I smile because the traits of the Omicron are very, very much similar to the common cold. But you know, our common cold is not ordinary cold, you know. You know, so
remember the creep up?
I think we'll be able to tell, you know, clearly between these two. If you have a cold from here, because oh Lord, creep up.
Creep up was a real creep up. So guys, as we switch the focus a little bit, you know, this is our final show for this year, 2021, and you know, 2021 has been good to us. I am so grateful. I can't thank the Lord enough. I can't thank my support team enough for all that they've done and all the blessings that have come my way. You know, I'm a little bit stubborn at times, so certain things needed to happen to ruffle my feathers to make me, you know, get on track. And I appreciate those storms when they came, because, you know, they put me on the right path. But we have so much to be grateful for and so much to look forward to in 2022, Rohan. You know, we expect that we will go to the polls here on the island of Nevis, and I have looked at you and the work that you've been doing in Nevis 3, St. George. It's a little, I know it's a bit of a challenge because of history. History. But I realize that the people have been speaking to you, opening up to you. They've welcomed you, and you've done so much. Rohan, what do you want to say to your constituents?
You know, I begin where you began in terms of thanking people have been supporting me, support cast. I think I'm a little bit more stubborn than you, and so they have stayed with me and they continue to encourage me, and I am eternally grateful for that support. It is a challenge in Nevis 3, but I pride myself on responding to the call to service. what we have done is the tip of the iceberg in Nevis 3. We really haven't been able to get our engine fully cranked and running, and we are hopeful that in the new year we get out the gate early and we continue to push our programs that are designed to help the constituents of Nevis 3. That is our purpose, and
yes.
So long after Rohan Isles in Nevis 3, our signature program will be and should be standing tall in Nevis 3. You know, Jaedee, 2022 for us is a year of opportunity, necessity, and change.
Nice.
There is the necessity to change. We have seen the struggles of our people over the past 2 years. 2020 was heavy. 2021 showed our resilience as a people. That is the case because we brought to the fore the things that our grandparents taught us, to be able to manage with little and to share with our neighbors what we had when we had it, if we could, and to bring each other up in prayer and support. And so because of that, divisions were able to survive the past 2 years. And we've been saying to divisions, we are going to get out of COVID, and what you need essentially to move the island forward, to move yourselves forward, to move your families forward in a sustained prosperity, in a sustained economic prosperity, is an NRP-led administration. Our leader has demonstrated her fortitude, her skill set, and we are confident that she has the right tools and she has the right team. As yes. I always say, I'm a thorn among the roses in the Fab Four, and I continue to support their mission. And I know Janice is ready and eager to lead Nevis out of the struggles of the COVID-19 pandemic. Notwithstanding the pandemic, of course, we know there were struggles long before that. You go back, and if you had the chance to look at the budget, you see how the numbers in employment declined year after year, save except 1 year. We saw some improvement, I think, when Four Seasons reopened its doors brand new. And so there is going to be the opportunity to change.
Yes.
And what I want to say to the people of Gingerland, it's been 20 years in the wilderness. On any account, of course, we know that we have had the opportunity to lead NRP in those 20 years, and I don't cover that. It is for us to come good and to make good on where we have fallen short. And so the opportunity will come. And it is important that Gingerland understands that in order for them to move forward, in order for them to be on that path to prosperity, that sustained prosperity for their children and their grandchildren, in order for them to see Gingerland being developed as that second town they've always talked about, in order for job opportunities to be more than employees, in order for us to see the transformation of social policies in Gingerland, sporting policies in Gingerland, there is going to be that need to change.
Yes, yes.
Definitely. Change, we have said change must come. Gingerland, I'm telling you, change is necessary.
Yes.
And it is necessary for you to accomplish all the things that you want to accomplish. When I speak to people in Gingerland, they say, well, Gingerland has been really left behind. And this is why it is necessary to change, and so we can get on that path of development. You know, I listened to the Premier in his rebuttal, and he was flourishing about St. Thomas's again, a litany of things happening, and he said St. Thomas's again. And I smiled to myself and I said, when will be Gingerland? When will be Gingerland? And this year I'm telling you, your opportunity is here. Is here. Accept the change. Be that change you want to see, and I'll be here to serve.
Rohan, I like that. And what I like about what you've been doing, you can tell that it comes from the heart. You know, you took on a constituency that has been rooted in a particular way for years, and you went in as a humble person, as you are, so that wasn't difficult. You went in as the humble person that you are, and you spoke to the people and you listened to the people as well. And I've seen it and I've heard the feedback from a lot of youngsters especially, and it has been quite encouraging. And so I want to personally encourage you to keep up the good work. It's all well and good to say that you have a track record in Gingerland in terms of winning elections, but it's important to really be there for the people. It's important when you are the persons pick up the phone and call, because they know you are the one who will get something done. And as I shift the attention a bit to Nevis 1, Charlestown, I am so excited about the year that's coming, Rohan. I really am, because I think it is time for us to transform the town. We have to transform Charlestown. And when I say transform the town, I'm not just talking in the physical sense. Right. I want us to transform the landscape, yes, but I want us to transform the mindset of the people in Nevis 1, Charlestown. We will transform the town. The idea is to ensure that our health facilities and our health services delivered in Nevis 1 are far better than they are at this point in time. That must happen in Charlestown. The idea is to ensure that our children not just are provided with the opportunities for education, because that is happening, but we want to ensure that the children can really perform. Yes, everyone will not be able to perform at the same level, but children should be able to perform at their potential. And a lot of children are just going by. They're just existing. They are not living. We're not tapping into their potential. And that is something that is near and dear to my heart. And that is one of the things we are going to transform in the town. We also want to ensure that there are opportunities for personal and professional development when it comes to Charlestown. And so in 2022, I so look forward to really just fleshing out a lot of the ideas that I have to really transform the town. I want, when you see me in town tomorrow, you say, Jaedee, we're going to transform the town. That is what we want, because there's so much work that has to be done on the island of Nevis. We are not saying that nothing has been done. You know, we are not saying that everything has been bad. What we are saying is there is so much more that could be done. Forget about who you like. Forget about who means well. Let us ask ourselves, who has been performing? You've given the other side an opportunity. Nothing is wrong with that. I am not mad at you. You've given the other side an opportunity. What have they done with that opportunity? You gave them another opportunity. They said, strengthen our hand in Bastia, and we will bring more to you on the island of Nevis. Have you seen that happen? With 3 persons on St. Kitts from Nevis on one side. We've never had that to my knowledge, Rohan, have we?
I don't
think so, right? But we haven't had that, definitely not in recent years. First time, and we are not getting what we were promised. Ladies and gentlemen, give us a chance. Give us a chance. Give us an opportunity to prove that we can do better. Give us an opportunity to prove that we are better. And guess what? If there are persons on that side who understand that, listen, Nevis is what we have at our hearts, and we realize that NRP is going to move Nevis forward, we want to come over with NRP. We welcome you. We welcome you. So the person sitting in the cabinet right now, I am calling on you. The Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams, the Honorable Troy Liebert, the Honorable Mark Brantley, Honorable Eric Evelyn, Honorable Alexis Jeffers, the Honorable Spencer Brand, all of you, the Cabinet Secretary, everybody, come over to this side. We are not going to discriminate against you, you know. We'll show you what performance looks like, and we'll help to transform your mindset so that together we can build Nevis. Rohan, final words?
You know, Jaedee, when I heard you were getting in, I called your race. I think I did so since forever. I'll stick with my original prediction. 1-1. You know, I will close with this. You're correct in saying that, you know, we're not saying that nothing has been done, but I like, you know, attach it to athletics. When a trainer has brought you as far as he can bring you, he tends to hand you over, because that is as far as he can go.
Yes.
They have gone as far as they can go.
Yes.
It is time to hand over and let us take the people and the island of Nevis to the next level.
Yes, I agree. Change must come and change will come. We want to say thank you so much to the good folks here at Von Radio who have accommodated of us over these past few weeks. We want to naturally say thank you to all of our viewers via social media and all of the persons who listen via Radio 8, Von Radio 860 AM 93.7 FM week after week. Many of you meet us in the streets or call us immediately after the shows with your feedback, and we appreciate that so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And from the entire NRP family, we say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, even though it has passed, and Happy New Year.
Healthy and happy 2022.
Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Join Jaedee Caines and Rohan this and every Thursday on the Caribbean's powerhouse, Von Radio, for Speak Up, a social commentary talk show that addresses the state of affairs on Nevis. Expect great conversations, different perspectives, and an all-inclusive approach to moving Nevis forward. Tune in. It's time for us to speak up.
The views and opinions expressed on the preceding program were solely those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Nevis Broadcasting Company Limited or its